Alright guys, so yesterday I was kind of on a break from my videos and all that, and not on a break really, I was kind of just trying to figure out not figure out, but I was kind of like, it's all gay, it's all fucking. Then I wrote those posts, did a tough workout, extremely tough workout. By the way, I've been on a 4-day fast. Not a complete water fast this time. I've been having some almonds and some fruits, but that's it. And that's only because I want to try it. Like there's this psyop, and I cover this in my book, in my upcoming book, that eating anything during a fast will completely, spike your blood sugar levels and all that. To a certain extent, yeah, that's true. To a certain extent, because fruits have sugar, but that's natural sugar, and natural sugar is a lot better for you. Uh, but I'll cover that because if you eat too many of them, then you're technically not fasting, and it's always better to do a complete water fast. But I've done water fasts for, in the past for so long that I just want to try new things. And plus I'm putting that out in my book and all that, and so. But yeah, I woke up this morning and to a post from Fat Ben, an idiot, that same idiot. By the way, I gotta get rid of these glasses. I gotta buy some big ones like Sophia has. They accentuate the eyes and my tigerish look. Uh, I woke up. My video yesterday on price rankers, and it's something I've been talking about all the time. Like I was talking to May recently, and as expected, she's been busy all day. She hates working. And she's dealing with price rankers herself. So I sent her the video, and she was like, "Thanks for understanding." And there was this meme about price rankers, which the guy he has he's a sexy, handsome guy, just like I am. 6-pack, beautifully shaped chest, packed chest, martial artist look, all that. But that was client expectations, and then there was another one, client budget. It shows corn cobs. I'll try and post that meme. I was going to send it to her, but I couldn't find it. And the same idiot, then he's like, this is a guy, Ben Gay, that has actually said people should be allowed to promote Charlie Kirk's death on Twitter. He has already said that, made death threats against me, which I forced him to take back later. He didn't want to take them back. I forced him to take them back, about simply making an anti-4B video. Like, what the fuck, I didn't promote any violence there. I didn't promote any, anything like that. Then he got triggered by my 9mm of Rage and Fury video. But guess what happens in real life? It's these liberals that are killing people. We're not the ones killing people. It's you guys that are killing people, shooting people. You tried to shoot Trump. You tried to shoot Kirk. You tried to kill anyone prominent. And if he's not prominent enough, you simply ban him. Like my Amazon's gotten banned. Amazon gets banned. Your books get taken down randomly. Your YouTube gets banned. I've never gotten one reason for any of that happening. Not one. And it's been years. And it's the same thing, somebody like, you hear a lot about this name Fuentes these days, and the guy is very intelligent. He's been banned for like 10 years. He doesn't even have payment processing. It's that bad. And these liberals won't say a fucking word about it, and they talk about all this bullshit. This is why it's pointless debating with liberals. And you know what's funny? And this was supposed to be the main point of this video. They pander to women. And minorities and LGBTQ, that of course take advantage of them, but let's not even talk about fucking minorities, because that doesn't exist these days. There's no Jim Crow these days, it's that simple. they pander to women, man. I mean, women are brutal about pointing out reality, facts, when it suits them, of course. But even if those facts don't match up, men will never challenge them on those facts. At least liberal men. They will never do it. Uh, Liberal men will, but a guy says the same thing, he's instantly castigated. Like a woman says, I want to talk to men, I want to talk to other men. Oh, that's great, that's sexual liberation. A guy says that, he's supposed to be a nasty, flirting, misogynistic manipulator, which I'm not denying I am. I am that. But, goose and gander, you got to apply the same standards. Why don't you? Not to mention, it's unnatural for women to want many men. Anyway, men were designed to want, dump your seed, move on, find the next one. It's that simple. The male role is progeny, the female role is taking care of that, I'm not saying we haven't evolved past that, but, basic human nature doesn't change. It's just fact. And, these liberal women are brutal on each other. Most of the liberal men have no idea what a woman's like, other than, either a feminist mother or an overbearing, some female in the house that tightly controls everything. And by the way, this gesture was not made by me. It was made by a certain somebody. Anyway, uh, women are never fair in anything. They'll never point out facts. And men are supposed to be the fair ones. These liberal women will drag a man into it anytime something uncomfortable needs to be said. I wrote on my website today about, the hitman and all this. And that's what I am. I've said this before. Everybody, all these liberals, cucks, and feminists instantly find me when there's a tough problem to be solved that nobody wants to talk about, nobody wants to acknowledge the hard questions. Then they come and say, oh, be honest, come and be honest. But then, when you're honest, overall, they hate it. They'll just yell at you, and everyone listens to that. Women at the workplace can work for male bosses, they can hire male employees. They flirt with both all the time, okay? But men, if they hire one person, it's even a secretary at a job, it's like, he's nasty, he's using par. First of all, that's natural. Women love powerful men. Any sort of power, financial, although financial is the last thing. You gotta be that guy first, Women like it. That's just, and men like submissive women. It's that simple. That's nature. It's biology, And these liberals and, liberal women will always look at another liberal woman and give you the honest feedback about her. But liberal men will just be like, oh, okay. They won't say a word against these liberal females. I want to ask you, why? What do you get out of it? Exactly, fuck all, other than validation. She may throw you a few crumbs. Like Fat Ben was once like, he was whining about me to some fat bitch called Meg, and, some over-the-hill fat idiot, like, this other one, that atheist girl, and, these idiots. And we'll talk about all that. We'll pull up the tweets. We'll do all this. But... one of them asked him, okay, so you've said all this. What are you doing about it? And that was a valid question. And Ben was like, I can't do anything about it, You can try, but there's 9 millimeters of rage and fury waiting, boy. And, or a 9.2 incher, which you kind of like. So, look, I'm just saying, you gotta goose and gander. Pandering to women has led to the downfall of society. It's led to feminism. It's led to weak men. It's led to cocks. I'm not saying women don't, they make points sometimes, and that's fine, and they have a very important role to play in society. They bear children. They can pop kids out, although these days in the UK, apparently men can pop kids out. And in Scotland, They're teaching your kids at the age of 4. And believe me, this people think this is just Europe and this is just the West. No, in countries like so-called traditional countries, this is why China has banned Russia and China. I think Russia too, but China especially has banned TikTok. It's banned, and if you do LGBTQ too much, you're going to jail. Straight up, I was always wondering why I had this other guy on my, this constant, from the National Security Department of Hong Kong sign up for the other websites. And I don't know, because, I require email confirmation and all that, but maybe they were planning that, not put me in jail, because, I wasn't directly, I was just, writing is a gray area, but, they don't want those concepts being promoted, and then that's, in countries like Russia, Russia's the best. LGBTQ. If a cop wants to search you and a man says you're a woman, he's a woman, and they won't let you search him, the cop will fucking knock your ass out. Yes, brutal, but it works. Russia's the best. Because this sort of pandering to all this bullshit ruins society. You know it, I know it, we all know it, and it's fine if you want to be LGBTQ and in the bedroom or whatever, if you have all kinds of fetishes in the bedroom, but you can't bring that into real life. you know keep it in the bedroom. A lot of these so-called alpha males, they like getting fucked up the ass. It's yin and yang, man. I don't even call myself alpha, but these idiots that troll me say I do, but I don't. I say classifications are gay. We're all shaped of X and Y. I'm more Sigma than anything if you were to look at it, really. And because these classifications are all completely gay and they're all completely, pointless. And, yeah, you gotta stop pandering to women and minorities. Then of course we'll get back to the price rankers and more garbage about how you need to be sleeping 20 hours a day. Liberals are fucking idiots, man. They talk about tigers, and then they claim tigers can't climb trees. Although the person that claimed that isn't exactly a liberal. He's a Trump supporter. He's just a smart guy. But this is liberals. So not him, but this is liberals. And then they claim stuff like, tiger sleeps for 20 hours a day, but if you claim that you don't need to sleep, eat, do anything, you just need to have an all-encompassing goal. Look, you idiot, you've never had a goal. If you had a goal that is so powerful, that consumes you, that all encompasses you, once you achieve it, you move on to another. And a tiger doesn't sleep all its life. It's like me. I eat once a day, when I do eat, and it's a huge fucking meal. People, like my last maid, one of them, she was like, she used to cook, and she used to say that cooking for me was like cooking for her whole family. And she was like, so you eat 3 times a day, this and that. I'm like, no, I just eat 1 time a day. But I eat a lot when I do eat, like a tiger. Then sometimes for a week I won't eat at all, but I'll still be doing my extreme workouts, that kind of thing. Liberal garbage, man. You gotta stop pandering to women. And you know what? I'm gonna end this video by saying, women don't like it. The minute you pander to a woman, she classifies you mentally as a weak man and a beta male without even knowing it. When I say beta, I just mean weak. You can't. Women are built to take advantage of everything to their own advantage. If there's any rule, the minute you give a woman some power, she will misuse it. What happened under Kamala? Because fucking Sleepy Joe was sleeping all the time. He did nothing. I actually like Sleepy Joe. But he was a weak guy. He did nothing. Kamala, Nancy Pelosi, grandmother Pelosi, and Trader Benghazi. Nobody talks about Benghazi. I wonder why. And Clinton, runs her mouth about Trump all the time. And what happened? Open borders, LGBTQ bullshit, no merit-based hiring. What they were doing under the Harris administration, where they were taking the hard work of winners and they were distributing it to the losers. It's all gone now. It's finished. It's and it may come back. It may not come back. I don't know. But I mean, that's essentially what they were doing. And this is why, as soon as Trump won, I was like, finally, because at least for the next 4 years, and these price makers and these be nice people, these are the same kind of people that pander to women. I'll talk about price makers too. I mean, since we're doing the video, I mean, I've spoken about this so much, I've written about this so much. Discount rankers, freebie seekers. Anytime they see anything that they like, they'll obsessively troll you. They'll be addicted, and they'll self-project all the time because they want your results, but they aren't willing to put in the work. And more importantly, they aren't willing to pay the money to learn, and they'll copy you. They'll do all kinds of bullshit, which is fine, that's what happens, I'm a movie star, so, or that's what they call me without being one. And anytime any of that happens, it's like, these books, people promote these books that are for $9.99 because they're blue light special idiots. They have no information. They're gay. I mean, anybody that truly values his products is not going to be gay about the pricing. And these liberals just, price rankers, they look at the price and, typical female mentality. I mean, when a female shops, and this is natural for women, they will look for the best bargain. That's what they do. Men don't do that, or at least liberals and cucks do it, but real men don't do that. They're like, oh, I think this landscape actually works better. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, because, I can sit comfortably without Ben Gay ogling me, because you can see my face, but, well, anyway, but liberals, they'll just look at the price of a product and, they won't look at the guy like, they will, but they won't. Then if there's a guy plenty of girls like, what society will say? Oh, he's nasty, he's a mean sort of person. But that sort of guy is what girls like. You can cope, but it's true. But if there's a girl that walks down the road wearing a fucking mini skirt and then she gets raped, and of course it's the man's fault, and it's never the girl's fault, right? I mean, women will literally ruin men's jobs. They'll sleep with men, and then 10 years later they'll come back and say, we withdraw consent. They'll send emails to employers. They'll do all kinds of garbage, and the man gets blamed. Women can yell at their male bosses. The male boss won't say a thing. But the guy, he can't do that. Why is that? Is that not a fucking double standard? I mean, it is. You know it, I know it, we all know it. And it's led to the ruin of society because these same women, they go home and they look at the movie stars that are sexy and they make comments like, oh, he's so slim, and, oh, that honey, look at the muscles on that dude, and, that kind of stuff. And they make it to men that don't even realize it, that they're being disrespected, that she actually likes him. Deep down inside. Now, I'm not saying she's going to marry him, or I'm not saying, but who the fuck wants to marry? Marriage is gay anyway. Marriage, I've spoken about this. Marriage equals cock central. The minute you get married, she will try and cuck you. She will try and make you a human ATM. and all these tradcon feminists that jump up and down, anti-feminists that jump up and down on Twitter, they're gay. I mean, ultimately, if you look at that, Candace Owens is one perfect example. You, I mean, I don't have anything against Candace, but and I actually used to like her stuff. I still do. She's a logical person, and she tore Piers Morgan, or no, actually not. And this is what I keep saying. Piers Morgan is the cock of the century. Watch any of his interviews with Tate, you'll see. Typical cock, like right down to the language, fat cock, and probably has no money, but Hey, Tate was like, on that podcast, I don't need views, sir. You need them. I don't. And, he's right. I've never been that kind of guy either. Views are gay. Everything is gay. Ultimately, you gotta fight. Man to man. Nigger to nigger. Player to player. Can you do it? No. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, and then not just physically, logically, can you do it? No. And a yelling contest is like with women, they'll just keep yelling. They won't let the man finish. And men are mostly like, so you gotta find very insidious ways, like females do, to interject yourself in the conversation, or you'll never have your voice heard. You gotta be, and that's what women call psycho. Except it's not psycho, you're just giving them a taste of their own medicine. But Piers Morgan, he had this Muslim rabbi, I can't remember his name, but he's a pretty learned scholar. And, I think he had him. No, it wasn't him. No, he had a Jewish rabbi, or I can't remember who it was, but Candace was there, and Piers was kind of moderating it. And Candace, you could see she took full advantage of Piers. She was very polite, very nice, but you could see it in her eyes. She felt he was a cock. And you know what? Now, I don't support the rabbi because he was being too emotional. He was being too illogical. He wouldn't provide proof. Candace, to her credit, provided proof. But Piers would not even talk to the rabbi because there was a woman involved. I mean, that's just so gay. This pandering to women must stop. And if you want to pander to women and you think that it helps society or it does some, then pander to men too. Or, men are the one that enabled all this. Look, the bomb's at your fucking doorstep. War is here. You're seeing it all around you. If you want to be a fucking ostrich, stick your motherfucking head in the sand and ignore it, then it's up to you. But ultimately, all these fucking women will call a man. You just look at, any woman in the world. None of them want to work. They all want to be queens. They all want a man supporting them. But they're not willing to give that man the benefits he deserves. It's gay. Like, these women will talk and flirt with other men all the time, but a man, and it's natural for him, that kind of guy that, you were attracted to, that provides, that pays your rent, pays the rent if you're living together, pays bills, etc., etc. These kind of guys are always gonna have women around them. If, for example, a man didn't have women around him, then the woman that tried to cuck him would not be attracted to him in the first place. Bad boys, women love them. Good guys finish last. Now, you can call that ambitious, you can call that whatever the fuck but women love ambition. They can feel it, they can sense it. I mean, they may not say it, but they can sense it, and that's that, man. Stop. Women don't want to be pandered to, It's just that simple. I mean, if you're a faggot that specializes in pandering to women, you're just a burden on society. You're a leech. You're a burden. You're unproductive. You're fat. You're gay. You do nothing excepting leech, copy, steal. that's just what it is, man. I mean, and such sorts of worthless in society. I'm just gonna end by saying that later.